Hi, everyone. The 30th anniversary of Zero Hour. God, I feel old. Yay! Um, that is the book we're going to be reviewing today. Zero Hour wasn't the first comic. It wasn't even the third comic I got into. But I remember reading this. I I remember thinking um, how cool Hal Jordan looked in that Parallax uniform. As you all know, I'm a big fan of Wave Rider. They haven't addressed this on the Wikipedia page as of yesterday, but they should. It's a good story. They finally address in this that the Batgirl from Zero Hour came from a pocket universe. She helps Kyle Rayner in this, and it's kind of a version of one of my favorite movies, and they even reference that movie in the story. They say he feels like George Bailey. Yes, It's a Wonderful Life, but with Green Lantern. Turns out to be a solid concept. You get to see all the characters that are on the cover. Everybody that is on the cover appears in the book. For some reason, the DC Universe has been pushed back to the 1990s, and a mysterious Wally West comes and asks Kyle Rayner for help and pulls him into his reality. I'm not going to ruin exactly why. I kind of did with the Batgirl, but a lot of time traveling shenanigans, Wave Riders in it, which, according to the back, it's Matthew Ryder, Wave Rider, so it's not his future. His future is Booster Gold. It's the past for him. They vaporized this version of Wonder Woman, Donna Troy. It was cool to see Jack Ryder again, but you wouldn't believe how small the appearance was, but how much of a meaningful impact he gives in the book. I mean, it really was very. It made my '90s heart happy, you know. Which the end of this implies that we might get to see some of these characters again. Like I said, Batgirl, I think, went to Zero Hour. I think that was the Batgirl we were seeing. That has been my theory all along. And this book kind of confirmed it. There were like 3 stories, but they were all mashed together into one story. And it just occurred to me that we are now in the era that we aren't going to get many Dan Jurgens stories left before the last one. So I hope that whatever plan he has for the Linear Men and Mr. Jurgens, I really enjoy when you write the Linear Men. So whatever plan he has for them, I hope gets passed down. Like Stan Lee didn't give his exact plans to Marvel when he retired, but he did give some of his plans to like Roy Thomas. I think that's how the story goes. But anyway, I think this was a decent book. Even if they had divided it up into chapters, it still would have been a decent book. If you're a 90s kid, you will appreciate it. I don't think modern readers will appreciate it. It's no 52, but at the same time, it is a good book. It's not as bad as Countdown. Let's put it that way. There's no monitors in it. There's no dead Piper or Trickster. You do get to see Batman Azrael, which kind of drags it down a little bit. But I would give it a 4. Not perfect. I would have spent more time with Wave Rider, but that's just me. I always enjoy the Linear Men. I would have explained how Wave Rider got in the prison. Like, Parallax imprisons Wave Rider, which he should have done years ago. He didn't. So that kind of, I mean, he does zap Extant in the original book. But this time he actually imprisons him. You do get a Legionnaire. That is not Legionnaire X, so don't get emotionally attached to that. There was no real big battle like in the Legionnaire Legion. The Legion versus the Legion versus the JSA. There is a battle, but it's not a big one. It kind of feels like the Flashpoint Batman again, but with Parallax this time. If they do pick this up again, I hope they address how Wave Rider got to the Pocket Universe, what Booster Gold Wave Rider was doing, all that timey-wimey stuff. Just put it all. You did good. You addressed the Pocket Universe, and that's bothered me for years. Now you can put some more time stuff in it, tie it into, I don't know, some other event. Even put in maybe the guy from Convergence, Telos. He was cool, I think. Just a thought. Being that Parallax survived that one too. You get art in the back of the book. It feels like a standalone, so if they do it, no other book, it will just be by itself. Its own thing, and still a good story. But again, I'm really hoping they drag this into the DC universe, even if they have to do it kicking and screaming. So. Those were my thoughts on the 30th anniversary of Zero Hour issue. How it felt like Flashpoint. Am I wrong? Am I right? Let me know. I've been Bob. Isn't that a cool cover? Bob out. There, I didn't go nuts about my love for the Linear Men. God, I love those guys.